Pops for macaroni and cheese.
Oops.
Okay, we're live. We're all,
Okay.
whatever that means.
Yeah, I'm breathing.
Are you sure?
Yeah. My watch says anyway, I still have a pulse.
I realized that I don't actually have to log into YouTube to get to whatever that means.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm breathing.
oh shoot. So
Are
I've got,
you sure?
never mind. I'll fix it. Let me fix this. Why does it still do that?
My watch says anyway, I still have a pulse.
I realized that I don't actually have to log into YouTube to get to,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I didn't even log in. I guess it's always going to do that. Okay. Are we still here? Are we still alive?
Yep.
Yep, we're still alive.
Still here.
Mhm.
Time is it? Still a little early. Somebody get bonus. Oh, it's got some wine,
Got some wine,
some green and red wine.
green and red.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna just go. Let's go ahead and start everything up, and then we'll let everyone else catch up. Is Eric joining us tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's at
Like-
basketball game. He'll be here shortly.
Let me share this.
So how did you do that before? Were you do that?
Are we going to introduce ourselves first or no?
We'll run this part first. Good evening, everyone. Virtual wine tasting in the era of coronavirus still. This is February 14th, 2023. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, I like those hearts, full
Valentine's.
hearts.
Charles Valley.
Hey Siri, pause.
What? I am your host, David Baer, the wino snob of Wine is Life. And our tasting panel tonight are these fine folks. Actually, there's more on the tasting panel on the screen than in real life. So let's.
We're gonna do Valentine's.
No, remember we're gonna do it.
Why don't we? Let's introduce our wines now. Bill and Dorothy.
We have a Brown Estate wine, which came up on your screen there, which was interesting, but
Oh, they're right there.
Chaos Theory.
and I think you guys know that Dorothy is a mathematician by now, but she had a book, Chaos Theory. And when I
Oh.
saw on that, I could not resist.
What do
So
you mean
anyway,
she had a book? Oh, did she write the book?
no.
Okay, just checking.
Anyway, the parents purchased an abandoned ranch up in Chiles Valley in 1980, and the kids, instead of selling the grapes in 1995, decided to start making wine. So that's where this comes from. 15.2 alcohol, 50% Zin, 20% Merlot, 18% Cab Franc, and 12% Sangiovese. Barrel aged for 10 months in 30% new French and American oak. And it has these great descriptions that I'll probably read, even though I won't be able to taste them probably, but it says it has a crimson core and a garnet rim, and I would agree with that. Lily of the Valley and banana blossoms, delicate passion fruit, papaya, allspice. This is on the nose. This smells just like figs to me.
Mhm.
And I think we would agree. So we dug out some dried figs and tried them, and yeah. So secondary notes, blueberry and boysenberry brioche, warm blackberries with maple sausage, fire lemon zest, traces of eucalyptus and cocoa. Anyway, drink through
God,
now
that's
through 2035. And what we've seen so far, it's pretty darn good.
What vintage is it?
This is a 2021.
Okay.
2007.
Oh,
Yeah, good
the other
bottle.
note is it's
Famous.
the first
That amendment was famous to
Napa Valley Black-owned proprietary winery.
$429.
Yeah,
Which is
I
an
believe.
Cheaper than Buying 2 bottles.
Cool. Nan and Scott, what you got?
Man, Scott from Waynesburg.
Scott and Nan from Waynesburg, Ohio, and we've got this green and red from Chiles Mill Vineyard. It's a 2017, and it's a Zinfandel. And what'd you say it was? 15%. Ooh, gosh. I'm gonna be falling asleep before long between the wine we had this afternoon.
Sure. And it's got, they both have hearts on.
Yeah.
Drinking all day. Didn't you start at 11?
They're full of hearts. Full of love. What do you have, Karen?
Did you
I
already do
have Maxville
Okay.
Winery, 2017 cab. And it says, it has some basically notes of blackberry combined with slight spice. And it's firm tannins, and it says, and it's 14.5.
Oh, that's nice.
Sharon and Eric.
From Los Gatos, we have a 2019 Frank Family Vineyards Zinfandel. This beautifully balanced and
Can't hear you.
You got
this beautifully balanced and deeply concentrated Zinfandel boasts elegant, complex layers of crushed clove, fresh blackberry, and creamy mocha on the nose. The velvety texture of fine grained tannins provides structural weight to the ripe fruit flavors of plum, compote, as well as violet, thyme, and black pepper. And somewhere it gave me the grapes. 90% Zin, 10% Petite Syrah. And it is, I read it a while ago, where is it? 14.8%. So we've been to Frank Valley quite a bit, and
I can't get rid
last week I opened up a Chardonnay and proceeded to drink the whole bottle that night because it was really good. But we very rarely drink Zin, and when we drink it, it's yummy.
Unless you buy wrong hour.
Francois, I thought you weren't gonna be able to join us.
Lucky me, unlucky you.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
happy Valentine's, David, and all the others. And okay, so I'm Francois from San Ramon, and Karen and I went out for shopping today, and
We went last week.
we bought the Maxville, and I'll give it back to you.
Looks like she's.
Good
And
job.
well, it's exactly the same wine, same year, same vintage, same taste, blackberry, plum, blackcurrant. I'm looking forward to try it.
Sounds good. Hi, Miss Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. Whoa.
Is it my turn?
Okay, yes, it is.
There it is.
So Jenny from Davis. I'm not drinking, but I got some of my favorite Chiles Valley wines to share with you guys. Can you tell I am excited?
Yay!
This is one of the wineries I would have recommended. It's called Green and Red.
That's what we have.
This is the Chiles Mill, but they also have a Chiles Canyon and a Tip Top Zin. It's one of our favorites. It's actually kind of located like up on the hill, the mountain. And they do a really beautiful, lovely tour and tasting if you're interested. Another longtime Chiles Valley winery is Nicolini. They're a really interesting winery. It's passed down through the family. So like literally every member of the Nicolini family has a stake in the winery, which is like 100 people, which is an interesting concept. So this is their Chiles Valley Red. This winery is not actually in Chiles Valley. It's Con Creek, but they have a vineyard that they make one of their wines from, and it's called the Rancho El Adobe Vineyard.
Cool.
And
Oh, some more.
Oh, we have more.
last example, it's called Rustridge. They also have a bed and breakfast and they raise racehorses. The reason I chose this bottle is it actually says it's from Chiles Valley on it.
Okay.
That's really hard to find now because wineries have discovered that it's hard to market Chiles Valley, not just because it's not known, but because people think it's chili. And so they market, they sell better with the Napa Valley on them.
So
Okay.
maybe if they replaced that E with a D, that people would understand more that it's.
I thought you said that at first.
Yeah. So those are my selections of some of our favorite wineries and wines from Chiles
That's
Valley.
almost every winery in the.
Almost everyone there. There's a few others, Vocal Isle and Maxville. They're fairly new though. They're still establishing themselves.
If we hold out our tasting, license, are you going to be pouring?
Alas.
Just to come in. Did I catch you, Nana Scott, or did I?
Yes.
Yeah. Because we have the same one, green and red.
This morning.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I'm zoning out. I thought, wait a minute, did I? Yeah. Well, I'm David Mayer from Fremont. I
Yeah.
also have a brown. I have a different brown. I have mine is just, it doesn't say Chiles Valley on it. It just says Napa Valley. It's a 2021, so it's a little different than the one you have, Bill and Dorothy. And I did make a small screen on that of that. Let's
What did Sharon and Eric have? You're the only ones I don't know what you're drinking.
Frank family, Zen, 2007,
17.
2019.
yeah, I just said when you as soon as you turn your head away from the camera, we can't hear you.
2019 Frank Family Vineyard.
Now it's there.
Thank you. Let's learn more about Chiles Valley. And
I like how festive you are, Nan and Scott.
Yeah, thank you.
how come? What the heck? Oh, what the heck? Okay. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, it says the tasting panel.
Okay. So here's a thing on my wine. Mine also says garnet core, ruby rim. I don't know. Framboise. I think didn't we have that when we were doing beer?
Framboise is raspberry.
Raspberry.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Because it definitely has a.
Yeah, we had some raspberry beer.
We had raspberry beer. It was a
It was very framboisy.
lambic. For me, it's raspberry, not blackberry, but boysenberry. I could see the vanilla pie because on one sip, I was getting like toasted marshmallows. It's actually pretty nice. It's 14.5% alcohol.
But then you went to the
Okay,
bottom.
here's the song.
The monkeys.
It's to the Monkeys' Pleasant Valley Sunday. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I don't.
I only remember the chorus, so the rest of it is like I'm not sure how the tune quite goes.
Yeah, I'm like you are.
Anyway, that was the song. Moving on.
Well,
But you gonna attempt it?
Talk to him.
yeah, I'm going to attempt.
Okay. Whenever you want to go.
Go wine swoop in Love's Valley, trying hard to train your vine. To serenade the weekend tourist, just came out to taste your wine. Another Chiles Valley Sunday, tasting everywhere. rows of barrels that are all the same, and no one seems to care. See Mrs. Gray, she's proud today because her vines are in bloom. And Mr. Green, he's so serene, he's got a wine in every room. Another Child's Valley Sunday here in Napa Valley land. Critics complain about how dry wine is, and the consumers don't understand. Their comforts, they only numb my soul and make it hard for me to see. My thoughts all seem to stray to places far away. I need a change of scenery. Another Child's Valley Sunday. Another Child's Valley Sunday. Another Child's Valley Sunday here in Napa Valley land. Another Child's Valley Sunday. People tasting everywhere. Another Child's Valley Sunday here in Napa Valley land. I have to listen to it. I'm listening. Another Child's Valley Sunday. Another Child's Valley Sunday. Another Child's Valley Sunday. Another Child's Valley Sunday. Another Child's Valley AVA. That's all we got.
Thank you. Thank you. Kind of hard a cappella, especially when I just kind of throw these songs out at you. Good job. So we're going to go into just a little bit of overview, and Jenny, I'm going to have you take the lead on this.
Oh. I shared a few pictures and a little history with David ahead of time, just for some context on who the person the valley was named after. So this is Joseph Ballinger Chiles. Our family likes to call him Joe B. He's my fourth great uncle, and he made his first trip to California in 1841 as part of the Bidwell-Bartleston Party. And he ultimately ended up making 7 overland trips between Missouri and California before ultimately settling in actually St. Helena.
We actually have this portrait of him.
And in Chiles Valley, he had property in both locations. And Inglenook.
We have this, we have this the Ingle, but we have this portrait hanging up in the chateau too, by the way.
Why don't you have Jenny's portrait hanging up in the shed?
I could do that.
Here. This is a picture of the adobe home that he built in Chiles Valley. He acquired a Spanish land grant for the land. A Mexican land grant that would eventually become Chiles Valley, where he built his adobe home, and it was completed in 1846, and it still stands today.
Wow.
And this is the grist mill. So the Chiles Mill wine is referencing this. He built it near the adobe, and it was the first American flour mill built in Northern California. But sadly, the mill is no longer standing. But there is a historical marker where it used to be, and you can see the creek that was running under it that kept the wheel going.
Well, thank you, Jenny.
There's a blue cross on the floor when you go there on the ground.
No,
The
the,
marker has a marker?
the marker is actually kind of up on a little, I don't know how to describe it, on a little hill. You have to look for it, but it's across the way from where the mill was. And you can still see part of the stone wall from the mill. The mill's actually not far from the entrance to the green and red vineyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, very nice.
So that's one.
Francois, we can hardly hear you.
Can barely hear me?
That's it.
And you sound
Yeah.
familiar.
It sounds
You
fun.
sound far away.
Okay.
This referencing.
So that's my little bit of history. Joe B was there at the same time as like General Vallejo and Yount, and they were among people he was friends with.
You know, Jenny, did you know if he was friends with William Hartnell?
I'm not sure I did.
William Hartnell was down in Salinas, but Hartnell was friends with Vallejo, so I thought maybe he was friends. They were friends together.
I don't know.
He's one of my ancestors.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be really fun if they did know each other.
What was his
Yeah,
Hartnell?
yeah, William Hartnell. Google him.
Okay.
He started the first
Go ahead.
college in California. He started the first college in California.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and there's a junior college named after him still. I can't. I'd have to look it up. Like what grade of what degree of relationship, but he's got that time too.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we're looking at the AVAs of Napa Valley. We've already covered Calistoga, Diamond Mountain, Spring Mountain, St. Helena. Did we do Howell Mountain yet?
Yes.
Yes, we did. So now we're working our way south along Napa's County. So we're in Chiles Valley today. And
Okay, now I see that. Okay.
I hear you
much
now.
better.
Yeah, I can hear you now. So this is a shot of Chiles Valley.
Beautiful.
So you down here. The Chiles Valley AVA is a sub-appellation of the Napa Valley AVA located in the north central region of Napa County. It was recognized as an AVA in 1999 following the petition filed by Mr. Volker Eisel, owner of the Volker Eisel Vineyard.
Oh, really?
Chiles Valley is located on the eastern side of the Vaca mountain range, far from what many would consider to be Napa Valley proper. It is a long, skinny, high elevation valley that boasts more vineyards than wineries and enjoys primarily volcanic soil. The valley of Chiles Valley is completely ringed by mountains, so while the elevation plays a cooling role, the valley's architecture can sometimes act like an oven, trapping the hot air. And while it is hard to define the taste of Chiles Valley wine since much of the fruit is blended into larger Napa Valley cuvées, the few wines that do hail exclusively from Chiles Valley tend to be fully flavored, but with a notable elegance due to the prolonged growing season created by the elevation. So elevation is 600 to 1,200 feet. Chiles Valley has a relatively cooler climate than the valley floor due to the high elevations and cooling breezes making their way from the Pacific Ocean. Soils are mostly marine in origin. Valley floor features fertile alluvial soils composed of silty clay. Hillsides are composed of more clay loam and stony clay, and some volcanic outcropping. Climate is fairly warmer, sunny summer days, mid-80s. Due to the higher elevation and summer fog, it can be quite chilly at night, below 50 degrees. Colder winter and spring, strong winds, temperatures often result in later harvest. Rainfall is up to 35 inches annually when we're not in drought. Principal varieties are Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Zinfandel, and Cabernet Franc. Okay, so
I have a question. I have a question. Can you hear me correctly now?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
Cool. You talk about Isle, Volker Isle. Is it related with the Isle vineyard as well?
The Volker Isel, yeah.
They are family related, or because there's a Volker Isle winery and there's a Isle winery as well.
I don't know about the Isel. I just know the Volker Isel.
Okay. Isle Vineyard is related with Chateau Latour in France,
Oh, okay,
but they are located on the Silverado Trail.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. Be interesting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll do my researches.
Okay, so this is Nicolini, which Jenny pointed out. Anton Nicolini becomes the first Swiss Italian settler in Chiles Valley. I have to sometimes have to crack up. How many Swiss Italian settlers went to Chiles Valley? He was the first, maybe the last that went to Chiles Valley. I don't know. I don't know the answer. But this says when people are claiming to be first to something, it's just, I guess you have to draw whatever you can to make yourself first at something. Just my comment, sorry. He plants grapevines and olive trees, constructs a substantial stone winery, and builds a 7-bedroom home for his abundant family above it. This historic winery is still in use today, oldest family-owned winery in Napa Valley. So this is the house on top of the winery. Right there. You can see the backside of the winery down here.
Wow.
Kind of cool. I went to Nicolini probably late 1979 or early 1980. It's my only visit there. I was with my then to become bride Sue, and we were there with my good friends. But we did wine tasting there. It's very nice. Green and Red. Never heard of them before. Jenny pointed them out, but here they are.
Yeah.
J. Hemingway purchased a hardscrabble property in 1969. It included a cold water hunting cabin, a burned down barn, and an abandoned Fleetwood Cadillac. Planted gorgeous Zinfandel and other varieties at his vineyard, now named Green and Red after the local red chert, base soils, and oceanic green serpentine veins running through the property. First planted was the Chiles Mill Vineyard, situated 800 to 1,000 feet above sea level and named after the historic Chiles grist mill, which we were just talking about, Jenny was. First flour mill in Northern California, which had been built by Joseph B. Chiles in 1845. Green and Red's first public vintage was 1977. And they have some caves apparently. Jenny, you've been to the winery?
Oh, yes, multiple times. And we actually knew Jay before he passed a few years ago, and he was just really fascinated with the history and was a really nice guy.
I was probably really happy to meet you and your family.
Yes, we had some really great conversations.
Cool. Brown Estate, I've been here. Established the Brown Estate label officially in 1996 when they harvested what would become their first bottling of Brown Zin. In January 2000, they debuted their first 3 vintages at the ZAP, something I used to go to a long time ago. Grand tasting of all Zinfandel all day. Fast forward to August 2021 when they bottled their 25th vintage.
You did.
So they have some pretty cool caves there too. I didn't meet any of the Brown family, but I thought for a winery way out there from Napa, they had a really lovely tasting room and it's raining. Cool. Tasting room and food and wine pairing. A really, really nice food and wine pairing. I was surprised and really happy.
Did you taste at the winery or at their Napa location?
So they didn't have the Napa location at the time. We just tasted at the winery, and I'd never, other than going to Nicolini, I'd never been out that far into Chiles Valley, and we're driving forever. Like, where is the driveway for this place? But it was cool. So we tasted there. Got a tour of the tunnels. We went into the building for our tasting. It was very nice.
Nice.
And then, so I did a little change up. I didn't include Maxwell like I had on my concrete, but I put since I did the research for Eisel,
Valley.
400-acre estate was originally part of Rancho Calcula, land grant given to Joseph Ballinger Chiles in 1843. Volker Eisel family estate is situated in the Chiles Valley district. The estate's 60 acres of vineyard grow at elevations of 900 to 1100 feet on east, west, and south facing slopes, as well as on the valley floor. Soils vary from clay loam to shale. After purchase of the vineyard property, the Eisels began an extensive redevelopment, and restoration of both the vineyard acreage and the riparian corridors. Presently, 72% of the vineyard is planted in cab, with 7 different clones, 12.5% Merlot, 10.5% Cab Franc, and 3% Semillon, and 2% Sauv Blanc. So I think I need to go see this.
Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow morning just to.
All right, so that's the whole of the presentation part of it. Next week, we're gonna be covering Rutherford. And we're back. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, people.
We didn't lose anyone.
Yeah, we lost.
Karen?
We didn't gain anyone, or did we lose someone?
Lost Karen.
Oh, Karen. Yeah, we did lose someone.
Um,
Karen, where'd you go?
She did not like the wine.
Or she
I'm
drank.
muting Sharon and Eric because Sharon's talking in the background. So
Jenny, you're green and red. What year?
This particular one is 2016.
We got 17.
Very good.
Zinfandel.
Yes, they specialize in Zins.
Yep.
So that's a relation to you?
No, they bought property that had been in our family, but like I mentioned, Jay, who originally was the original winemaker, really loved history, and he loved researching the history of where that his property was on, and part of their property also included the Chiles Mill property, and so that was part of the reason for the vineyard.
So how's everyone's wines?
It's good.
Very good.
Good. It's interesting.
unusual.
It's unusual, but I like it.
I like it.
It's got like a black raspberry or something.
Yeah, it's real dark fruit.
Yeah, I'm really liking my. I'm not, as you know, I'm not a big Zinfandel fan, but this is pretty tasty.
Very good. It's a very good combination.
I really like the brown Zins. I haven't had a bottle in a while, but I remember. Obviously, but you know what I mean. I remember really liking them.
Well, a couple more months, maybe.
How's your brown Zin, David? Because you've got a brown also.
I do. I say I like it.
I don't think we've ever tasted anything in the Chiles Valley. We'll have to do an excursion.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a field trip.
Have to call for reservations.
Let's do a field trip.
That's a good wine. I like the ending.
Ping.
Long finishing.
Remind me what yours was, Francois?
It was the Maxville.
Maxville. Okay.
Did you?
Oh,
try-
yeah, that was the same as Karen's.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, we went out for shopping together.
Oh, you said Karen bought?
Now that she left, I have the old bottles for myself.
We were actually able to get this wine at our local Bevmo, so we
Right.
didn't have
Oh,
to.
that's good.
Nice.
Wine.com. Oh,
Wine.com.
We got ours at the local Bevmo, and now it's called Bevmo Boppo or something. Has a big, huge grocery store in it.
Oh,
Oh.
dear. Oh,
So, you
ours
know,
is-
it's
I don't
it's
think
right
ours
by
is
the junior high school. Not
a
right by,
grocery
but
store.
close to the
I
junior high school.
I think I
And
got
then their
mine.
front window is nothing but vodka and whiskey and, what's that? Spiced whiskey that. Red
Fireball?
Fireball.
What is it
There were
called?
like 6 kids sitting in front of it staring at the stuff today when I went in there. And it also interesting that I remember when, you know, not that age, but you know, 16, 17, we solicit guys, will you buy us some beer? We'd buy us some beer. And the first time I was like old enough and some kids came up to me and said, will you buy me some beer? I said, what do you think I'm nuts? I'm not buying you beer.
You ask them in front of the store, or was people you didn't
No,
know?
we just go. Scott was a big guy. I'm not Scott, but.
Not Scott, man, Scott.
Had nothing to do with it.
You still doing that, Scott?
This must be an exciting topic for you, Jenny, to get to share. I mean, you've
Can
told
you
me.
tell I'm excited?
I remember the first time when you told me about the house, it's like, whoa, that is so cool. Yeah, that's great.
It's fun, and it's fun to have like our history be so close. We drive over to Chiles Valley often. I mean, not even just to go wine tasting, just to drive through it because it's pretty.
It is
I have to
pretty.
drive all the way to Texas to get to my heritage.
My ancestors hadn't even arrived in the United States.
I had to drive all the way to Waynesburg, Ohio. Well, I took a plane.
If I really wanted to go to the root of our history, I'd have to drive all the way to Jamestown.
So I'm a grand nephew of Peregrine White, if you remember your history, with one of the first settlers to be born in the New World.
Yeah.
Did you come over? Did the parents come over on the Mayflower?
I don't know if it was the Mayflower or if it was prior settlement. It wasn't Jamestown before that, 1607, and then Pilgrims came in 1620.
You want to hear a joke? Speaking of that,
Sure.
if April showers bring May flowers, what does the Mayflower bring?
Pilgrims.
Smallpox.
oh yeah.
Did they?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, yeah.
That's a David Gates joke.
Yeah, I don't know David Gates, but he shouldn't quit
runs
his
the
day job.
bistro at Inglenook.
Huh?
He runs the bistro at Inglenook. That guy.
Oh, I know
we've
who
only
David
seen that.
is.
We've only seen that young woman there who she
Okay,
can't do enough for you. She's so nice.
Oh,
Sam.
Sam.
Yeah.
Sam. She's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of Inglenook, get your tickets. April 15th. Be there.
Wait, that's tax day.
No, April 18th is tax day.
Oh,
That's what I said.
So I'm gonna get drunk on April 15th. That's what.
It's a 10 to 3 event.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're gonna pull out some old bottles.
And it's not that expensive.
Hopefully they're full of wine.
Yeah, they're ones from the back room of the bistro. Fresh off the dust.
It actually sounded like a nice event. So, and
Yeah, I got an invite too, which is kind of
All
fun.
about it.
oh
Did
really?
you?
Yeah, I did get it. I got an email.
But they're probably going to have.
Are you a member of the Heritage Society? What's the deal?
Not anymore.
They said it was exclusive.
Well, I used to be until I went part-time, then I'm no longer.
No, they actually sent me an email that they said they would extend the offer to my family and friends. if they want.
You don't have any friends.
That's true. That's true.
Wait a minute, we count.
Send it to us. We might be interested.
If we weren't in Florida, we might be there, but Florida with Karen.
Oh, is that when you're going?
Yeah, we won't be with Karen until Tuesday, but yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Is Tuesday the 18th?
I don't know. Yeah, Tuesdays are the 18th.
That's the tax day. I found out 2 nights ago.
Okay, so we'll be busy that day because we generally do our taxes at the last possible moment.
You can do one.
Why don't you just go on extension?
Oh, no. There's much more. It's much more exciting. Although it used to be more exciting because we used to drive our return to the post office.
Oh, yeah.
At 9 o'clock at night.
No. We'd be down there
And
at,
then we had to drive it to Oakland. 'cause
One
ours
year,
wasn't-
yes. One year we had to go
drive
to
it all the way
Oakland.
my
Right.
my first office was right by one of the main post office in San Jose, and there'd be a line. And
Oh,
it was a tradition that we'd go down there and just hand the extensions into them and they
It's
would,
like
Our local post office used to have somebody have a little curbside setup, but
Mm.
long gone.
not necessary anymore because you could just do it on, electronically. So it's
Right.
Yeah, you
they
can
either
just-
accept it or
at the same
reject it.
time, you
Taking
could
all
do
the fun
the,
out of it, to tell you the truth.
drive-through tax, drive-through COVID test, drive-through booster shot,
Drive.
Yeah.
all in one line.
And if you're in Texas, they have drive-through liquor stores that will bring out the liquor.
And,
to your
yeah,
car.
and Louisiana, you can even get your plastic cup.
All right. They're having a real problem with that because,
That sounds dangerous.
during COVID, they were sending alcohol home, with people or the DoorDash and stuff would be delivering I guess they still do. But anyway, they deliver your drinks.
Some restaurants.
Dora
Not a good precedent to have.
stands for, but
What's your
yeah,
name?
during COVID though, we could actually take out, like at the Mexican restaurant, you could get a margarita to go
Mhm.
for each meal that you had. So like
Right.
if you had 3 meals, you could get 3 margaritas. But if you just had chips and dip, yeah, no margarita for you.
No margaritas.
Well, there was a town in San Jose. They have this place called Aki, and they make these things called swirls, which is a slushy, with tequila, and they're so powerful. And they were letting people take 2 or 3 of them by themselves at a time. They said, we're only supposed to let you take 1, but we'll let you take 2.
As long as you ordered food, you
Right.
could take out as many as you wanted. One night I got 6.
So 3 are for me, right? 3 are for her, and I'm like, I can only drink half of one, so mine are all in the freezer.
So she got
Pretty
half
soon,
and half.
There's nothing in there. I want to go with my swirl, and they're all gone.
Wonder what happened to them.
They melted.
I recommend if you're ever around here, Aki they have pretty good food.
Do they have one in San Ramon? Francois? Do they have a key in a key in
I
San
don't think it's a
Ramon?
restaurant that's French.
They have one in Danville.
Do they?
Yeah, they have one in Danville.
Well, the first ones were
I don't
San
think
Jose.
so. No, I don't think so. They have one in San Ramon.
Yeah, I think it's in Danville.
Okay.
So it's a margarita, splendid, and then they have different, what they're called, like they have one that has Maker's Mark in it. And so it has vodka, Maker's Mark, and the swirl.
And they're like this.
My.
And there's another one that's a Mai Tai one. They always put vodka and tequila before they put the other stuff. They say you can only have a maximum of 2. Well, let me tell you what, you have 1 and you don't need 2.
Yeah, most humans can't drink.
Okay.
Yeah, next time we have a reunion, we'll bring some in a freezer.
We will?
Yeah, we'll bring a bunch of. Why not?
It'll be up in Chiles Valley.
I think that's a good idea. You said there's a place to stay there, Jenny?
There is a bed and breakfast there, yes, but it's like an old ranch style home.
Okay. How many suites is there?
I'm not sure they have enough for us.
Well, they have the house across the street.
They have the house across the street. They recently
group is kind
changed
of
things
shrunk.
up.
There's fewer of us participating on a regular basis.
You know what, that would be cool to have it someplace where we didn't have to do all the work.
What?
But that was part of the fun.
Do all the
Getting
work,
To know each other.
all
the
and
cooking.
all that stuff.
Unless Bill really wants to cook again.
That's what passion is.
I don't know what David was making for that dinner party. Looked pretty good.
Oh, I agree.
That was, did you think so?
Yeah.
It tasted fine. I was trying to figure out how to do that.
So those little pastry things, they're Petridge Farms, right?
Yeah, they're Petridge Farms, yeah.
So when I was a kid, we used to have those and tuna fish and rice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, you make the rice, then you mix in tuna, and then you mix in cream of mushroom soup.
Yeah.
And it tastes like some sort of risotto thing, and you put it in those little cups, and people think it's super fancy, but it's really a very basic.
Well, what I was trying to do is I was making I was trying to make a quiche, but you can't bake a quiche in it because when you get it, it's like this
Frozen.
thick. And frozen. You have to bake it, and it puffs up, but then it's cooked, right?
Cooked.
So I cooked everything outside of the pastry, and then I put everything in the pastry and put it back in the oven for a little bit so it all kind of melt together. It was okay.
Well, we were in Tucson for a few days visiting friends of ours who have rented a place there they live in Vermont, and Vermont was, like
13 below.
13 below.
Yes.
But we took fresh crab in a suitcase with a little cold pack, and
I made crab fritters the first day and crab cakes the second day, and they were really good.
Wow.
Ah,
And you think I take weird stuff in a fruitcase?
Close to Dungeness on the East Coast, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
it was awesome. It was great.
Wow.
Did you carry on that suitcase?
Oh, no.
No,
It
I
was in
put
a
it in my
suitcase.
packed luggage.
We didn't want it
Wow.
confiscated from the carry-on.
Right,
Yeah.
someone has said, oh, you can't take.
Yeah, you got to be careful too. Somebody, saw that in your checked luggage, they open it up and just take it, right? But this looks pretty good.
Yeah, I guess the ice packs would be illegal to carry on, right?
Well, if you have a bunch of small ones, I think it's okay.
3 ounces.
The 3
Yeah,
point
you might-
or less.
I think we have those 3-ounce ones that are in there.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
500 3-ounce ones, that works.
Yeah. Whatever works.
Makes total sense.
Go to the Roman Spa. I mean, as a reunion.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I didn't say we had to have a mud bath. They have a pool. that
No,
you-
it's not. They don't have mud. Do they have mud? Yeah, they do have mud baths there, don't they?
Yeah, sitting in the pool with all the water.
Well, that's not the Roman Spa. That's the Oasis.
Jimmy could lay there and she'll be floating because by then you're going to be well, not a big of it down there.
I've never been motivated to have a mud bath, quite frankly.
Yeah, me neither. That just sounds nasty.
Oh, I did the mud bath. We did the mud baths once. I
They're
liked
worms that-
it. You didn't like it.
It's got to be claustrophobic, isn't it, to get packed in there with mud? I
It's
just
kind of
can't.
like being buried alive.
No, it's not.
Like
Yeah.
being buried in the sand on the beach.
No,
Except
No.
it's more.
No,
It's
because
less like mud, more like peat moss.
Yeah, it's not really a mud thing. It's
your boobs are hanging out, so it doesn't even cover, so it's
Excuse
not
me.
tight.
well, yeah, but you can dig yourself in as much as you want.
You're
if you
supposed to
dig down,
you're supposed to
then
wiggle your
probably-
butt into it, and
Yeah.
they put a big wad of it behind your head so you can rest your head on it.
Yeah, they gave us pillows. You must have been at the cheap joint.
Yeah,
They
I
gave
was
us
Dr. Wilkinson.
And that when he did it, I actually had hair, so it was
Is that why you don't have to?
pretty much, I think. So it all got sucked into the mud.
Cool. So when's our reunion gonna be?
No, I don't know. Somehow we weren't invited to Florida, so I guess we'll have to do.
Someone needs to be in charge and figure it out.
Okay.
Let's see.
Or how about this? We can bring suggestions to the board,
To the board.
to the group.
Yeah.
I'm just too used to going to board meetings these days.
So we'll vote using the parliamentary procedure.
Procedure.
Yeah,
We
Okay.
call the council, bring it to the council.
council. Now, do we follow the Brown Act? Or,
Well, the Brown Vineyard, I think.
We're
might
not a
be-
public entity. We're
To
not
see if the
required.
Brown Act is enforced there.
I think we should use the Marcus of Queensberry rules.
what's that one?
The boxing rules.
Oh, how many wineries can you visit in a day?
One.
No, I know, I didn't say you. How many wineries can
Oh, gosh.
a bus visit
I
in a
mean, how
day?
much, much
Yes, they are.
toxic
Depends on how many people
you
you
want to
It's
be?
not more complicated.
Yeah, we might have set the record about 45 years ago.
We visited
We did
9.
9 in one
Whoa.
day.
Whoa. Definitely be us.
How
It was simple in those days.
It was
There were
much
no
simpler.
tasting fees, which helped.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
you
it
like
was-
set it up ahead of time and said, have this glass of wine out there, we're gonna drive by and drink it, go to the next one, drive by and drink it.
No reservations, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
we
In
had a
Ohio,
jug
we don't
of
need
water
reservations.
and bread in the car,
Right.
and we would.
It depends also on the wineries you are visiting. Some wineries you drink you taste 2 or 3 wine. Another winery you're gonna taste 16, 17 glass of wine. So
Yeah,
I doubt that Bill and Dorothy will do 9 wineries with
No,
17 tastes, 17 glasses of each for each of them.
I think 5 is pretty
Back
ambitious.
in the days when it was
Yeah.
free.
Small pour.
Yeah, we remember those days too. When it was free.
For me, the absolute maximum would be 3 and 2 would be better.
Yeah.
To really
I'm with
enjoy
you,
it,
I'm with you.
1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon,
and lunch in between.
and lunch.
And
in
spend
I
the night.
try to tell
I
people
savor
that
the
come to the winery
experience.
that, and they said, we're trying to fit in as much as possible, you know?
Yeah, that's what I do now. Also, 2 wineries, that's maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
two-
To really
I think-
appreciate it.
When we were out there with Greg, probably the most we did was 3 in
Yeah,
a day. Jackie was a lightweight. We all ate a big breakfast, but Jackie was worried about her weight, of course, and so she didn't eat a big breakfast, and she was out of it by like the second winery. So,
Right, right. You gotta eat. You gotta
Yeah.
get some food.
yeah,
in.
you gotta eat. Yeah.
Super important.
And if you do 3, then dinner, you can't even do dinner. I'd rather
Right.
have,
you could have dinner, but you don't want to have
Yeah,
wine.
you-
No, you don't want wine. You drink
I
beer
think-
at dinner.
If you do 2, you're doing really well. If you do 3, I think the third winery is just,
A throwaway.
yeah, because it's, your palate is all messed up, right, from everything else.
Very
Yeah.
definitely.
I agree.
Jenny, I can see why you like this green and red. It's very good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah,
It is. It's very good.
good.
Wine.com recommendation.
I'm impressed at online.com.
Has anyone started ordering their Sonoma wines yet?
No, I haven't started looking for
I
those yet.
haven't either.
I figure probably in April, early April, I'll do that.
Oh, yeah, because we're still in Napa, huh? April
Yeah.
20th.
Yep.
I gotta order ours so that I know we'll be home when it gets delivered.
we go week by week. I'm busy.
The next week should be easy. I suspect most of us have some.
Yeah.
around.
Maybe you have a Rutherford or two. I'd say half my cellar is from Rutherford somehow.
Mine certainly.
I think 90% of ours is from.
90%.
But
Well,
half
yeah,
of
you know,
ours from Sonoma County.
75% because there's like 25% that's Champagne, and that's from Carnero, so it's not Rutherford.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. David, would it be hard for you to show us?
I can't hear you.
Microphone is
Would
there.
it be
Yeah.
hard for you to show us the map that you had up of all the different AVAs and the checks
can
on
do
them? That one, yeah, that one.
Okay.
No, from current. Yeah.
Oops. Why? I said from the current. Okay.
This is really awesome, this presentation that you did and connection with the help of Jimmy. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah. Good job, David.
Oh, thank you.
Interesting.
Okay, so we're going down to, are we doing Rutherford next week?
Next week.
Oh,
And that shouldn't be a problem.
We're gonna have to shop.
What?
We won't
Yeah,
have that.
good
We
shot.
won't need to shop.
Everybody should have that.
I don't know Coombsville.
Coombsville, yeah.
Well, you know what? The wild horse valley is going to be interesting. That's who?
Where is Camus? Is that the Oak Knoll district?
No, Rutherford.
Stags.
Rutherford.
Camus is?
Yeah.
or there's
Oh,
one,
I'm here in the door. You're early.
there's Camus in Fairfield now too.
Oh,
But that doesn't count if it's not in Napa.
maybe.
Those are the two we couldn't find. I'll have to try again to see if I can get those.
Payment for what?
Wild Horse Valley in Coonsville, couldn't get those.
Oh. But I got something. What I get?
Well, they didn't have anything in the Ohio warehouse.
Coombsville, one I never heard of, Mark Harold Cab, Wild Horse. So I have a Kenzo.
Well, you said Kenzo was the one that was so expensive too.
Well, yes, but I got it at the winery and I had my wife's permission to buy a bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
And you get a longer discount than most of us, so.
You know, not all wineries give inner winery discounts. And
Really?
when I went to Staglin with Nan and Scott, and they didn't give a discount.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, cut those guys off.
Well, they don't have to.
And where is Staglin? What?
Also Rutherford.
That's Rutherford.
Well, there, you know what? We might have to do Rutherford twice because there's so many good wineries that were in Rutherford.
No, it's because we have so much wine.
It's very,
It is,
Just
Perry-
pick your very best, that's all.
Parent Trap, that's Staglin.
Yeah, so I'm doing a Beaulieu that day.
Wow.
We did
interesting.
for
Knoxville
Valentine's,
can
we
be-
did a scarecrow the other night. They're right next door to Inglenook.
I think we went there once for an Inglenook event where they went there and had breakfast.
At Scarecrow?
No, it wasn't
I
scary.
don't think so.
No, it was the two ladies that had the organic farm.
Yeah,
They had all these
the
t-shirts and stuff out there.
I always
Very
get
nice.
it wrong. Yeah, Scarecrow doesn't have tastings or anything there.
Yountville, is that Shandong?
Yeah, it can be. I think Yountville can, let's see, Yountville, what do I get?
I think it's Shandong and Mom.
Yeah, called like Boost Cross.
Yeah.
Oh,
Goose
yeah,
Cross will be
Goose
there.
Cross.
And Don,
Yeah.
Cliff Letty, Dominus. I think I'm doing, oh yeah, I'm doing a thing called Blanket Prince of Music.
So tell us Mount Veeder, what, I mean, I know it's in our list, but I'm just,
So there's a winery called Mount Veeder. There's
Right.
also Hess, the Hess collection.
The Mount Veeder wine is really good on a pretty cheap scale. Used to be,
Yes.
it's probably not anymore.
Yeah, Mayacamas,
Okay.
Chateau Patel.
now I can picture a little better the roads, because when you tell me all of that.
So I'm doing a Mount Veeder wine, but it's the winery is O'Shaughnessy, which is over there in Howell Mountain. But they have a AVA version of a wine from Mount Veeder. So I had it in my cellar, so I'm using that. No Chop Kitchen tonight.
Francois, can you go into your cellar and pick out wines from each one of these districts?
Not all of them. I don't have the White Horse Valley,
Yeah.
David.
Okay,
but I just have to go down the hill. It's called Total Wine, and I will find one.
so Wild Horse is not by at the end. Where's the end of Silverado Trail where it runs into Trancas?
So Silverado Trail into Trancas is probably about
Right there. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, David, I was reading here on this Wild Horse Valley AVA, and it says it's 3,300 acres with just under 100 acres planted vines. Is that true?
That sounds good to me. Look how small it is.
Yeah, on the map I got, it's two different sections.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it shows.
So right, so that you got this little part here and then this part down here.
Yeah.
Is it new?
It's one of the newer ones, but I think it's not the newest. It's
The
not the newest.
AVA was established in 1988.
That Wild Horse Valley or Vineyard is, or winery is not expensive. Am I looking at the right thing?
Probably. I mean, it doesn't have to be, especially if it's
What did you just say, Nan?
I said, I'm looking at April 18th, Wild Horse Winery, and I'm looking on wine.com. And the wines aren't expensive. It's like the Chardonnay's $15.99. I just paid
Yeah.
$14 a day for a local. The Cab Sav is $17.99. The Pinot Noir, it's a 2019 for $17.99. So yeah, that's not bad at all. They have some that are more expensive. Here's a Cab Franc for $34.99.
But still not out of sight.
No, not compared to some of them I already bought. So
You want some wine, Sue? Okay. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up, guys.
Hey,
okay.
All right.
Okay.
Is that
Happy
okay?
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
And see you next same bat channel, same bat time.
You're like John Belushi when the killer bee.
Same wine channel, same wine time.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
By the way,
There you go.
Mr. Veeder that founded that Veeder places, he used to write the Rosanna Dana all the time.
Oh,
You got a lot of problems, Mr. Veeder.
happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for the festivities there, Nan and Scott. That's really cool.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, everything
Very
was on
festive.
sale, half off, or something like that. So
Thanks for the wine.
Okay,
Thank you,
Francois,
Okay.
think about signing up for and Jenny, think about signing up for the April 15th and I'll
Oh,
send.
it won't work for me, that's for sure.
Okay.
I'm probably working that day, but that's a
Are you
Saturday.
gonna be, are you gonna be around at all, or you're gonna be
Yeah, I
gone?
know. Is that a Saturday?
No, I'm
Sorry.
talking to this France.
Yes, it's a Saturday.
Francois.
Okay.
I'll be in San Ramon.
Okay. Well, maybe we can stop by and say hi.
no,
Well,
yes,
yeah,
no.
but I will work.
That's okay. I just,
No,
Sure.
we'll see him another
And
time.
yeah, you can stop by, and you know what? I'll give you 2 bottles of wine.
oh, that would be amazing. That would be,
Yeah. I have a winery in mind, so
yeah,
I can,
you know, actually, we have to go up sometime in March because we have to
No.
pick up our March shipment.
I will give it to you with a beautiful bag, with a
Yes,
orange bag.
very nice.
Okay.
Very nice. Sounds great.
Happy
Okay.
Valentine's.
And David, you'll think you'll be at the event?
I don't know if I'll be at the event, but I'm probably working that day.
Okay,
That's all the way 2 months from now.
okay.
Is it?
Okay. And
Yeah,
Jimmy will
about 2
be very
months goes
present.
I'm
fast.
lucky if they post my schedule that day, if I'm where I'm working. I find out usually when I get to work.
Did you curl your hair today or is that natural when you?
Shift
No,
it.
I felt it. I was trying to be fancy for Valentine's Day, just for
Oh.
fun.
I thought you were talking to me. How do you know? How do you? I tried to hide them.
I really.
That might actually hurt.
Yeah,
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah. Well,
It
we
looks
love
very
being with
pretty.
you guys. Have a great
Yeah,
week.
thank you so much.
Denny is always
Bye,
healthy.
guys. See you next week.
Uh,
The